Whenever I talk to my girlfriends who are looking for a husband and a good father to their future kids, there's always one recurring turnoff. Man children.
Seriously? Are you serious?
Oh dear, oh me. I am so fascinated as to what this person is going to consider to be man children.
Man flesh.
I do like how a lot of these women always point the finger towards dudes being children when they come on the internet making posts like this. But all it serves to do is just overwhelmingly display their own entitlement and immaturity. Irony at its best. So exactly what constitutes as a man-child? Someone who can't control their emotions, someone who throws themselves on the floor and has a tantrum every time someone tells them no. Let's see what this woman constitutes as a man-child. Men who cosplay, even Lord of the Rings, are obsessed with Legos, Marvel, Star Wars, basically toys in general.
Wow.
It's the number one consistent complaint I hear from women, not only my friends. Damn. Well, I must have missed the memo because I have interest in a lot of those things or similar things. Imagine being a grown-up and being upset with other people's hobbies that don't align with yours. Like, it seems pretty childish to me if you ask me. But then again, I can't even say that because children will always accept you. You know how many times, like I was babysitting in the past or watching people's kids, that I, of course, take their toys and play alongside them, and we'd make up stories and go on adventures with the toys and whatnot. Or sometimes I'd bring over some of my old toys or whatnot and then give them to the kids. So it would be fun. It would be so fun just to watch the smiles on their faces. And not one time did a kid ever make fun of me for playing with toys. And honestly, I don't goddamn care, because who made that stupid rule that you can't play with toys anymore? Humans are always going to play with toys. It's just like the type of toys that you're interested in as you get older might evolve, or it might stay the same. I mean, these bitches are out here playing pretend and getting mad at men for cosplaying. Most of you put on pounds of makeup on your face to cosplay as somebody that's actually pretty and younger and looks nothing like you. Y'all are the last ones to be calling out people for playing pretend and being childish. For all you know, that might be a turnoff to other men, seeing you wear pounds of makeup on your face to overcompensate for your lack of looks, because that's probably what you're advertising. You see how it doesn't feel so nice? If you have to sit there and be threatened by someone else's hobbies, then it means that you have none of your own. And I'm glad that whoever this person is that made the post, and this is if they're not actually rage baiting, is telling on themselves so that men can stay away from you and away from people like this. Because Jesus Christ. One of my prerequisites as a woman was, if I'm going to be with someone, he has to be one honest, absolutely love animals, and he doesn't have to love them as much as me, but I'm damn near not letting someone near my animals who doesn't love and respect them. The next thing is, of course, he needs to love video games. I love video games and I like techie stuff. So yeah, that's very important to me. And I'm glad that that was one of the first things when me and my husband got together before we started dating. He was asking me about my likes. I asked him about his likes. He's a programmer. So we kind of like mesh well together. That was perfect because I didn't want things to be an issue later on, and neither did he. We had the foresight to be like, okay, we both had relationship issues in the past, so let's make sure before we even get into this that we're compatible. Like what a lot of people don't do nowadays. Maybe you should do more of that to see if you're going to be compatible long term. For example, I love my aunt to pieces, right? I'm not like trying to badmouth her, but she is one of those women who thinks it's childish to play video games and she can't stand them. And my uncle had to put her in her place. It was very uncomfortable, by the way, because I was there. And I mean, they both brought in a lot of money with her being a doctor. He worked for Homeland Security. So when she was allowed to spend exorbitant money on clothes and fashion, all of that, which is something that she absolutely loves. Like she loves looking all decked out. Even when she's at home, she's like one of those wives that just like likes looking like she's at the gala every single day. It was very unfair for him, to come home after traveling 4 hours every day for work to go to Washington, D.C. and back to the state he lived in, wanting to sit down and unwind and play Call of Duty, only for her to get on his case and ask why he's playing the game. Like, bro, I remember when I was sitting there in the living room and I got so freaking mad. Of course, I couldn't say anything because, like, my culture, you do not disrespect your elders at all. She would have backhanded me. But my uncle is smart. So even though, like, he let her have it, like, he went in. He was like, listen, started arguing or whatever. But just so he didn't have to hear her mouth in the future, he would invite me or his kids to play alongside him. So it was not only a bonding moment for all of us, but she couldn't really say anything because, like, we were also playing too. So it's not just him, which is, like, so sad. You don't really see men policing what women like to do, right? Unless it puts them in danger. or it's something that just really is nasty, or they're preying on other people. But women somehow feel as though they have the right to police what men like and what they do, specifically when it's an individual thing that's not hurting anybody else or preying on anybody else, like their money and shit. Like, women are the first to claim that men are super controlling and won't let them be independent. But then when a man does it, like, it's not okay. Do these idiots that make these tweets have any idea how many women out there cosplay? A lot of them make a living off of it on their YouTube videos by dressing up as different things and showing the makeup tutorials. Is actually pretty badass. And I'm sure there's other women like me who play video games or still like to play with toys or model dragons that they collect that cost $50 freaking a piece. Like, the health.org thing even says it too. Like, we're humans, we're very social animals. We're very curious and intelligent, and those things combined usually result in us wanting to play and with different types of tools and toys. As it says here, while play may seem frivolous or even possibly silly, when we're adults, it is actually vital to our well-being. UW health psychologist doctor explains that play helps relieve stress, boosts creativity, improves our mood and outlook, and keeps our minds sharp. It also improves our relationships with others. Interesting. Things that a lot of these women making these posts actually lack. They have a bad mood, horrible outlooks, they definitely don't have sharp minds, and they clearly don't have creativity, and they don't have a good relationship with the people that they're trying to police. Most adult vertebrates, particularly on the face of the earth, will play with toys or things that they see as toys. Cows like to play with balls that they put inside of the pasture. Horses, crows, even reptiles, as you can see here in Miss Stephanie's video, even though he's trying to get at something inside of the ball, but this is his version of play. Rats or rodents, elephants, cats in general, and dogs. Or even canines in general. Maybe people who don't have anything going on are miserable because they've forgotten how to have fun or something.
Some men where it's just like you are paying attention on that game, talking to them people, arguing with them people, and you could be in my face. It is some men that need to give their woman more attention.
Game is freedom.
But why, as a grown man, do you want to come home and play with a controller? I got something.
You don't play video. You don't. You know what? I'm mad now. I'm upset. My man, this is like his only time of like having complete freedom and something to escape reality for 20 minutes, and you're trying to take it away from him.
You're not doing all that with that video game.
Yeah, you are. You
for reality. Yeah. They got niggas making on the games, little avatars. Like, nigga, what you want to look like? Who the is this?
I'm sorry, but this has to be one of the most cringeworthy, digitally punchably goofy ass representations of a character I have ever freaking seen. And I already talked about the specific segment of this video, but it makes me so goddamn annoyed every time I look at it. I just can't watch the whole thing straight through anymore. Can you hear my voice? It feels like 50 years have been sapped out of my future. Actually, no, it feels like 1,000 years have been sapped out of me. All the way back generations. It feels like that's how much life has been sapped out of me right now, just sitting down listening to this shit. Good Lord. If a woman or man tries to police someone else's hobbies, all it serves to do is highlight how dull and empty your own existence is. Like, try picking up a hobby yourself, like developing an actual personality. And then the whole sad thing about the whole thing is that a lot of these people that feel like this, they start training the children to do the same thing, setting them up for a life of failure, and where they're at a disadvantage when it comes to dating.
Again, if you have a husband that plays on the video games all day, you better break up with him.
Man, what is so freaking funny? And why does TikTok have people like stuffed up in the corner of a video when they're adding absolutely nothing to the original content? Like, oh, hey, watch me smile and say absolutely nothing. And ooh, content. Like, it's weird. Anyway, people actually thought this was cute. Like, ugh. Now, I will agree. Yes, if someone is glued to a hobby all day, every day, completely neglecting their relationship, neglecting their hygiene, neglecting everything, they're no longer a functional human being, neglecting their health, yeah, break up with them, obviously. Clearly, you're not compatible. But if you knew a guy had hobbies from the start and then you expect him to drop everything because all of a sudden you're more important than his own sense of self, I hate to break this to you, but you're delusional and entitled. Like, and we know that's not the case because women also, I've been around a lot of women growing up, have a habit of exaggerating. Human beings in general have a habit of exaggerating, but there's a lot of women that I've met from my experience that will exaggerate to the umpteenth level when it comes to things that do not even need exaggerating. My own mother did it with me with something that, anyway, a guy could like have just come home And he's only in the video game for like 2 hours after working like a 56-hour work week or something. While she's been on her phone the entire day since she's off. And she sees him sitting and relaxing. Oh no, that's not allowed. He's been on the game the entire day. And then people have the nerve to wonder why men aren't dating. And the thing is, a lot of these snobby ass women will be the ones to say, well, you need to get a hobby. Stop trying to control what I do. I need to have my own identity. However, it's very clear that if you're obsessed with what someone else is doing with their free time, that means you lack your own identity. I hope people start waking up to this nonsense. And then the thing is, when you call people out for stuff like this, they'll be like, oh, you pick me. First of all, I'm fucking married. I don't need to be picked. Second of all, even if I wasn't, you're out here making posts about women who are upset because they want a man, because they want to fucking be picked. That's kind of the point of linking up with people. So you get picked, you fucking dumbasses. I can't stand people who use this argument. Oh, you pick me. You want to be picked, bitch. And stop complaining about not having men or not men that you don't like or something, or men that you do like. That's very freaking weird. How the hell do you expect to have a relationship if you don't even want to be picked? Same thing with guys. Like, you want a woman to pick you. Like, if you like someone, she actually does have to pick you to be with you. Right? Weird. You know what? I really hope that people start waking up to this nonsense. And please do everyone a favor and keep making posts like this. All the people out there who make posts like this, keep doing it, right? So you can actually help people filter you out and stay away from you, resulting in you in turn saving more of your time and never having to meet those people that you clearly dislike. There you go. Everybody wins.
Gaming is terrible for most human beings, and here's why. Because everyone that's on a game knows that there's something better that they could be doing with their time. Unless every category in your life is at a perfect 10, you're doing absolutely every single thing you can do to improve all categories of your life. Your relationships are great, your family's good, your career's great, your money's great. You're out there having real adventures and real hobbies and real interests.
And yet, here you are, Kyle, on TikTok.
Look, Vish, we're not saying that all dudes or all people that play video games are horrible people. Just, I don't know, in my opinion, I think that, I don't know, there's something a little bit childlike about it, a grown man to be playing games, and it is a huge turn off for me, and I'm bloody glad my man doesn't play video games.
Shane, you're...